Hi everyone, it's Donna here, and I am back to share another journal that I've completed. This one I am naming Frances, and she is 5 inches by 7 inches, single signature, and she has 64 pages. The cover, it's just held closed with some coffee dyed muslin, but the cover has been totally hand stitched. All the pieces of laces and linens have been stitched on, and she has been slow stitched as well. You can see some Kempfa stitching there, and just little bits of stitching everywhere, filling in the flowers. And also on the front with a bunch of little vintage buttons up at the top, and printed fabric label here. And this is a piece of antique linen, and it even has the little cloth covered button that was on the end. It was probably a cuff or something like that. So this is Frances. Let's take a look inside. The whole cover has been hand stitched. Some pretty, my favorite fabric on the inside, and another stamped piece of fabric with stitching on it. And this is my note from the bookmaker. Lots of laces sticking out. Lots of antique original ephemera in here. This is a little I forgot what this was from. A pretty piece of lace. This is one of the digitals from Cheryl Francis Art. I love her digitals, and that's from Etsy. A collaged tag. This is also from Cheryl Francis Art, that I made with a quote: "Everything happens for a reason. It's just a matter of moving your point of view around until you see it." And all the tags are blank on the back for journaling. This is a French book. This is a page from a children's book, and there's a tuck spot that goes around to the back side of the page with a couple of small tags in there, and a little tiny envelope with some postage stamps in there, and a couple of my very antique laces down here. That's beautiful. I use this sparingly. And then it wraps around to this side, and there's also a tuck spot in here in the back, and then a small one in the front with a cigarette card with a bird. Lots of place for journaling in here and doing your own decorations. And this tuck spot, this is an image from an etching from a book that I have, and it's a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers. And then you can just journal on the inside of that, coffee dyed paper. This is a page from Boy Scout manual from the I think it was around 1917, so that's an antique one. Some lace. Page from one of my ledgers from 1906, and that flips open so you can read it. And then just a tuck spot here with from a book I have about cats. Some coffee dyed paper with doilies, and I just stitched this pocket up, ran some fibers through it. A snippet there inside. Here's another image from that book that Mr. and Mrs. Rogers came from. Beautiful images from way back in the day. And then this opens up, and you've got lots of journaling space in there. There's a German book with a beautiful Gothic font. It's a piece of mulberry paper. Another one of my antique books. Here's the fortune cookie in this one. All of my decorated journals have a little fortune in there that unfolds, and there's a fortune. In this tuck spot, there's in the back, antique. This is, I believe this is from either 17 or 1800s, and this has the Gothic font on it as well. And then an original cabinet card from Dover, New Hampshire. And then tucked in the front, oh, there goes my dog. She's hacking again. Oh, poor baby. I usually try to comfort her when she's doing that, but I'm filming right now. My husband will do it. A couple of little tickets tucked into the front. And now she's trying to come into the room with me. Songbook, antique songbook. Page from Edith Holden. And tucked into this pocket is a cigarette card. Yeah, beautiful flower. And this is a dried flower from my yard. And more antique book pages in here. Place for journaling. This is from the spine of one of my very antique books. Just the cloth that held the signatures in. I save all those little bits, and I've wanted to use them. And this CD envelope with a family in here, and it says G.R. Francis, so that's why I named this journal Francis. Space for journaling, antique book page. This is just a tuck spot with an image tucked in there, and tracing paper printed flower decoupaged on there. Just a snippet, and again I closed this pocket with some fibers, and a tag made with some of my antique laces. The other side of that ledger, a fabric flip with several different linens and laces. There's more of that fabric that's on the cover there. And a button. That's the rest of that Boy Scout manual. And in this tuck spot, this is a altered paper clip holding that in. It's another one of the another dried flower from my yard. And this opens up. This is also a Sheriff Francis art image. That opens up. There's a tuck spot in here. And this opens up, and then there's 3 different tuck spots here with floral images in them. And it closes up this way. No, I forgot how I did it. Well, that's not it, but I'll close it up properly. And this holds it closed. That just tucks in there. This is a belly band that's in 2 parts. We've got this little one here that I have a image, vintage, one of these little travel postcards of Geneva Lake, Utah, and then my pretty Victorian ladies tucked in the back. And this is the other side of that children's book. Isn't that cute? Another snippet up here. And in this glassine envelope is another collage I did with some dried flower. Oops, try to get the glare off. Okay, dried flowers and some lace and some script paper, and that's backed with some embossed paper. It's a page from the antique book from the 1700s, and then just a row of lace and fabric scraps hanging off the side there. There's a little part of a paper bag with just a little scrappy pad in it with some lace, some of my favorite tatting. And that's just tucked in. And this opens up. There's an envelope here. And inside of this is a page from original page from a 1902 farm journal with lots of really cool advertising on it, and a article. And then here we have a Philadelphia Reading Railroad tag, shipping tag, and a picture of a sassy lady showing off her legs. And then this flips up, and this is made from wallpaper. This envelope is made from wallpaper, and in it is an original shipping receipt from 1873. That's an original, so you can scan that and use it if you desire. That's another, the other side of that digital from Cheryl Francis Art, and then the lace, and the little poetry book, and a fabric pocket in the back that has some slow stitching, some machine stitching and slow stitching, and then in it is just some coffee dyed paper, extra coffee dyed paper to either journal on or cover up some text pages. And there's the back of Francis. So if you are interested in purchasing this journal, if it's still available, you'll either find the purchase information down below in the description box, or if it hasn't been purchased after a certain amount of time, it'll be listed eventually in my Etsy shop. So you can, and the link to that will also be down below. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.